Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. ADP Employment Change and Initial Jobless Claims Preview. Hope is not change analysis. http ntvforex.com News ID 609FCE91 2023 31:43 p.m. Employment change for private payroll estimated to be 950,000 workers. May and June payroll numbers subject to large revisions. June suspect. Manufacturing PMI and new orders better than forecast. Employment lags. Initial claims forecast to drop to 950,000, continuing to 14 million. Dollar levels closely affected by the condition of the U.S. labor market. The slow improvement in the U.S. labor picture is expected to continue in August as ebbing closures enable more returning workers, even as unemployment claims are forecast to be nearly a million for the 24th straight week. Private payrolls from automatic data processing are projected to add 950,000 new employees in August, far more than the 167,000 reported in July. Hiring estimates for ADP client base from the Reuters survey of economists have been uncharacteristically off-mark in the past 3 months, and the connections to the non-farm payrolls numbers has been equally weak. ADP payrolls.ntv Forex in July. The estimate was ADP 1.5 million. The figures was, as above 167,000. The NFP figures was 1.763 million on a 1.6 million forecast. In June the ADP forecast was 3 million, the first release was 2.369 million and the revision was to 4.314 million. NBSP The NFP estimate was 3 million with a 4.8 million and a 4.791 revision. May had similar problems. Consensus ADP estimate was 9 million, initial release was 2.760 million and the adjustment 1 month later was to 3.341 million. NBSP The NFP forecast was 8 million, reality was 2.509 million revised to 2.699 million. Manufacturing PMI The August Manufacturing Purchasing Manager SAW index from the Institute for Supply Management came in at 56. Better than the 54.6 forecast and July's reading of 54.2. The new orders index jumped again to 67.6 from 61.5. NBSP They had been predicted to fall to 53.5. Employment lagged at 46.4, remaining in contraction though better than the 45.8 prediction and July's 44.3. Manufacturing New Orders Index.ntv Forex Initial jobless claims Unemployment claims are expected to drop to 950,000 in the August 28th week, from 1.006 million previously, which would be just the second time below 1 million in the last 6 months. Continuing claims estimated to fall to 14 million on August 21st from 14.535 in the prior week. Conclusion and the dollar weakness was initially predicated on the economic drag anticipated from the second wave of the COVID infections in several large U.S. states. NBSP with new cases, hospitalization, and fatalities on the decline across the country, the economic impact seems to be minor. NBSP The Federal Reserve's new inflation averaging policy will have no material effect on the actual Fed funds rate, which were already projected by the Fed itself to be unchanged through the end of 2022, has given the market new logic to sell the dollar. NBSP Until the U.S. economy produces a string of good results, particularly from the labor market, it will be difficult to replace that double scenario. NBSP 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 NBSP. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. If you want to read real-time news, text messages to MT5 Expert Advisors page at https://m.me/mt5.expert.advisors.